Usyk, 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 Usyk. There's a power to that. There's a power to anybody who's been through what he went through and came out on the other side, the right side. There's a power. We can all feel that power.
Well, Usyk definitely got to be one of the top three. Because, you know, I'm telling you, he's always in shape. I'm telling you, he don't make no excuses.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Teddy Atlas, in his recent interview, praised Fabio Wardley for his stunning stoppage victory over Joseph Parker, but warned him not to face Oleksandr Usyk, describing Usyk as a powerful, destructive fighter capable of dismantling anyone who challenges him. And as we know, winning always sets confidence high. The same case happened with Fabio Wardley. After defeating Parker, he did not waste much time calling out Oleksandr Usyk. He showed great interest in boxing him and stated that Usyk has done enough destruction in the weight class. Now Wardley says he is here to neutralize those threats. Confident and determined, he firmly believes the boxing world will soon see Usyk being beaten in the ring and a new chapter opening in his career.
I'm coming, baby. Here I am. Look, I'm not the guy you met 6, 7 odd years ago in Ukraine. I'm a bit of a different animal now, and I'm looking forward to meeting him in the ring.
Will you knock out Oleksandr Usyk, Fabio?
Look, I proved I can take out anyone, and it ain't always going to be pretty, it ain't always going to look the best, but I proved that I'm an anomaly. I'm something different. I'm unorthodox. I don't go about things in maybe the correct fashion of how you should, but ultimately, if I'm in the ring, I'm on my feet and there's breath in my lungs, I'm dangerous.
Speaking about the potential Usyk versus Fabio fight, Frank Warren mentioned that it has been a while since Usyk has been in the ring. He made it clear that before Usyk's return, it was already planned for him to face the winner of Fabio versus Parker. With Wardley now standing as the winner, this matchup is highly likely to happen. Warren emphasized that Usyk is not the kind of person who fears anyone and will take on any challenge. He further stressed how significant this fight could be in terms of attracting massive viewership and generating global excitement among boxing fans.
So they said before the fight they would fight the winner. He did say that. He absolutely said that, and that's what they put out last week. The WBO have ordered that, so it's up to him. He either fights him or relinquishes the belt or he'll get stripped. Now, I hope he doesn't do that because I generally feel this fight would fill Wembley up. It would now be a big fight. You know, he sold 28,000 tickets at Ipswich on a night where the weather was dreadful, but he did that. We had a really good turnout on Saturday.
Yeah.
And this is now a fight. It's not like something where they think, oh, he's going to get,
sure.
You know, it's a really one-sided affair.
Another important figure, Dominic Ingle, while reacting to the idea of this fight, gave Wardley no real chance of winning. He explained that Usyk fights entirely on his own terms and can even win while making it look effortless. According to Ingle, Usyk has all the skills required to outbox any opponent, but what really sets him apart is his capacity to recognize various styles and modify his approach appropriately. Having already conquered several big names, Usyk, in his opinion, would find no difficulty in defeating Wardley.
A chance to beat Oleksandr Usyk. You know, that's another one, isn't it? And there's not even a short answer to that, because if I say it, I say, oh, I'm gonna get... I don't want you to predict it, but he shouldn't be able to beat Oleksandr Usyk, should he? Oleksandr Usyk can just outbox people for fun if he wants, and especially somebody who's got limited boxing ability like Fabio compared to him. So this reminds me of something I said last week to you. I don't know if you remember when you was predicting the fight. I said, but he just needs 1 second.
Yeah, he does.
And he's found that 1 second in the last 2 fights.
But not many people have found that against Usyk. Yeah, Tyson Fury has, but Tyson Fury is another different kettle of fish in there.
However, Derek Chisora predicted a win for Fabio in his potential matchup against Usyk. He mentioned that he has always supported him in his fights, describing him as a fighter who never quits easily. Chisora is convinced that Wardley's resilience and willpower might just make the difference on fight night. He also underlined that if Fabio carefully studies Usyk and prepares according to his style, the fight could swing in his favor.
Great fight.
Who wins that fight?
I see Fabio winning it. Fabio's tough, you know. Fabio hasn't got boxing skills. What he has is fucking heart, bro. When you fight somebody with heart, yeah, it's gonna be a long night, yeah. He's got heart. He got hit, but he carries on coming. Do you understand?
Like Chisora, Dillian Whyte also chose Fabio as the likely winner against Usyk. He commented that even though he acknowledges he has a lot of skill, talent must be demonstrated in the ring, and at the moment, Wardley is doing just that, revealing to the world who he really is as a boxer. Whyte moved on to say that while Usyk is a strong and renowned opponent, his recent performances displayed his development, trustworthiness, and capacity to handle pressure. Whyte thinks that if Fabio keeps up the same level of attention and resolve, it might be his day against Usyk.
Versus Wardley. Who wins? Because you can't write Wardley off now.
Of course, Fabio. Fabio is my guy, so I never bat against him for no one.
Yeah, fair play. Like, you've had this journey with him, manage him for years now. How delighted are you just as a friend, though?
I'm very delighted for him because I saw something in him and believed something that he didn't believe himself, and I told him, yeah, I think you're something special, and I'm just glad that he's proving it to himself and showing it to the world because I already believed it.
On the other hand, while predicting this potential contest, Duke McKenzie anticipated an easy win for Usyk. Although Fabio is on a wonderful track and has shown impressive increase in maturity and talent over time, he said that taking on Usyk will be a whole new challenge. The kind of fighter Oleksandr is, a dominant and relentless force in the ring, makes it difficult for him to replicate what he has done against his past opponent. Fabio is still a rising talent, while Usyk stands as a complete and seasoned fighter whose aggression, technique, and ring intelligence operate at an extraordinary level.
Usyk's on another level, and you know, I have written him off before, Fabio Wardley, and you know, I'd write him off again if he was to fight Usyk. But as I did say before, several months ago, when Wardley beat Fraser Clark, and I said that Wardley would probably be the only person.
However, Spencer Oliver's reaction to this fight was different from all. He, while expressing his excitement for this potential showdown, also proposed a possible date when the clash could take place smoothly. If this battle takes place, he declared, it will be a huge event that fans would love to see. Oliver feels that Usyk is still the division's dominant power, and that Wardley deserves a name like Oleksandr to challenge him now that he has earned his moment through hard work. Considering the kind of fighter Usyk is, and the brilliant form Fabio Wardley is currently in, this contest promises to be an exciting and competitive matchup for boxing fans.
Well, I think it has to go ahead next, otherwise Fabio Wardley would be elevated to champion.
Up to what time, Spencer? Up to what date? Are we talking up to March, up to April? Is that where you'd get it?
Yeah, we're talking springtime. We're talking springtime because Fabio Wardley's going to need a rest now. You know, that was another tough, grueling fight. I think that Oleksandr Usyk, this guy's recovering, coming back off injuries. So I reckon we could see this around springtime, March, April time.
Additionally, Fabio Wardley's manager, Michael Ofo, stated that they have always performed well and will look to seize this opportunity if it comes their way. He added that anyone can be defeated with enough preparation and that their team is totally dedicated to doing everything in their control to get the best outcome. According to him, he is confident Fabio can make a big impact in this matchup if he stays on track.
One of Fabio's gifts is mentality. Yeah. And I don't care who you are, that is going to be something very, very hard to deal with. That he's not going to stop trying. He's going to stay committed to the goal. And he's got the power to stop you. You know, Oleksandr Usyk's been in some tough fights, and he's getting older, you know. Fabio's fresh, and Fabio's very hungry. You can never underestimate, you know, a hungry man. So, if Fabio believes that he beats Usyk, I believe that Fabio beats Usyk.
As we know, Fabio's beating Parker drew a lot of exciting reactions from the boxing community. Moving forward, let's discuss what top names in the sport of boxing have said about Wardley versus Parker. First of all, while reacting to the victory, Frank Warren said it showed how Fabio is getting better day by day. He valued his technique improvement and highlighted the abilities he has cultivated over the last 2 years. Warren complimented Fabio's abilities and praised his smart and calculated game plan on fight night. While dissecting the fight, he gave full credit to Joseph for showing great heart and determination throughout the bout. However, it was Wardley who ultimately stole the show with an absolutely terrifying stoppage, proving his growing dominance and remarkable progress in the ring.
And this one, again, I thought the first 4 rounds, I thought were even, and then I thought that Joe Parker pulled away a bit. Then he got a couple of rounds back, Fabio, and that 10th round, towards the end of the round, he did have Joe in trouble. And then I said to Tyson, I said, I don't think it's going to go past this round. I said, either Fabio's going to punch himself out or Joe will come back. And as it turned out, Fabio didn't. He seems to find the wherewithal from inside him. He's a tremendous competitor. And what I like about him, when he does get caught, he gets his composure back very quickly. He sort of grits his teeth, gets his composure, and does the business. And you know, you just have to admire somebody who's got that determination.
Furthermore, while analyzing the bout between Joseph Parker and Fabio, Spencer Oliver gave full words of appreciation to Wardley. He mentioned that winning against Parker is never an easy task, as one can have plenty of skills and boxing experience, but Joseph always gives tough times in the ring. But Fabio's handling of Parker during the battle was really outstanding. He was very calm and confident, and every move he made was well thought out and strategic. Oliver pointed out that Fabio appeared incredibly well prepared for such a difficult task, showcasing his developing maturity, skill, and tactical genius inside the ring.
What an incredible fight last night, guys. It really was. The O2 Arena was absolutely packed out. Fabio Wardley started a huge underdog going into this. Joseph Parker was the man with all the form, all the experience, and the man expected to win. But Wardley ripped up the script. It was an incredible performance. Showed heart, grit, determination, courage. All of it was thrown in that ring last night.
Most importantly, while others praised Fabio for his excellent showcase of skills against Parker, Duke McKenzie was the one who stressed that it was Parker's fight to win, but he simply threw it away. He admitted that he never expected Wardley to defeat Parker, considering how technically sound Parker usually is in the ring. However, after witnessing the outcome, McKenzie confessed that it was not the Joseph he had anticipated seeing. Overall, he expressed his disappointment with the result, but acknowledged that the better man won on the night, giving Fabio full credit for his performance.
When you look at the caliber of boxer he's been fighting to the caliber of boxer that Wardley's been fighting, it was like a one-horse race. You know, I thought Parker would beat Fabio Wardley quite comfortably, but potentially stop him late, but that wasn't the case. And Parker, for me, the only thing that disappointed me about Parker was he threw it away, because tactically got his tactics all wrong. I know in heavyweight boxing, all heavyweights hit hard, but Fabio Wardley's on a great run of knockouts, right? Just knocking everyone out.
Moreover, Dominic Ingle, along with praising the winner, also hailed Joseph Parker for his strong performance. Dominic claimed Parker made some excellent shots and showed a lot of faith in his abilities and strategy. Parker dominated the early going because he looked sharp and controlled the pace, but Fabio swiftly shifted the tide in his favor after spotting his opening. Fabio is a fighter who only needs one opening to shift the course of a bout, and using his full power and ring IQ, he eventually delivered the final blow with remarkable precision and accuracy, sealing an impressive victory.
Give him one chance, show him one chink in the armour, you've had it. And Joseph Parker was doing well in that fight. Apparently he was 6 rounds up by some scorecards, doing all right. And you know, he performed well, Joseph Parker. He took some good shots, he gave some big shots, and he let Fabio in. He got caught on the ropes. For me, the experience he's got, he negotiated that well, he got through, we were getting caught with shots, but he was always, you know, he always looked like he was in control in the sense that he knew what he was doing, defending well. He was getting clipped with the odd shot. But he left himself there too long for a start.
In addition, Dominic further praised Fabio's remarkable journey that led him to this point, highlighting the incredible transformation he has shown throughout his career. He pointed out that a few years ago, no one could have seen him defeating such huge names in such a powerful manner. Dominic maintained that while he has qualms about Fabio's fighting technique, he cannot question the progress and intelligence he has displayed. Overall, he acknowledged his emergence as a dangerous and highly talented opponent whose dedication, discipline, and steady growth have elevated him to the ranks of boxing's elite.
To where he's got to on the world stage, it's a massive transformation, and you can't have, you know, you can't help but admire the kid that he's followed his dreams, and you know, stuck it out there with basic ability, just toughness. He can fight, don't get me wrong, but he's not like what I call a classic type of boxer. He can fight, he's tough, he's hard, he'll get it. And like I said, the fight when he boxed that Honey, there were times there you could see him, he looked like he was doubting himself. He said, this is not going the way I want it to go. And he like a bit disgusted with himself, and he just turned that fight around.
Going ahead, it is also crucial to note that Fabio Wardley himself, while reacting to his victory, mentioned that although many people doubted him before the fight, as they often do, he and his team never lost faith. They were always confident in their ability to defeat anyone in the ring. He mentioned that despite confronting the most difficult test of his career thus far, he believed his abilities, remained collected, and ultimately proved his naysayers wrong. Fabio continued that he hopes his detractors now see who he actually is and what he is capable of producing when he enters the ring with focus, confidence, and a well-planned strategy.
But everything me and the team believed, we knew we could do it. We knew we had what it takes to win. So it is a surprise, but at the same time, it's not. To me, the team is nothing new. Like everyone ripped me off. Everyone said, oh, this is going to be just too much of a jump, too much of a step. But I don't know how many times I need to prove people wrong, how many times I need to prove that I am the real deal, I am meant to be here.
Additionally, Dillian Whyte, while expressing satisfaction over the referee's stoppage decision, also noted that it was an amazing night of boxing. He also appreciated both boxers, saying they fought hard and produced an exciting show that the audience thoroughly liked. Reflecting on their futures, Whyte implied that Fabio may now achieve whatever he wants because this moment belongs to him. At the same time, he highlighted that Parker may still recover from this loss, as fighters such as Joseph utilize losses as incentive to return stronger and achieve even more in their career. Overall, Whyte loved both their spirit and determination.
Yeah, great fight, you know. Both men was in it. Someone asked me earlier if I think that's in the Parker. I said, no way, on that performance, I think Parker can still become world champion even after that loss.
Do you agree with the stoppage?
Yeah, of course, you know, listen, we are spectators, we are fans, we are managers, we are brothers, we are cousins, uncles, whatever, but the referee's job is the referee's in there. If he stops it one punch too late, it can mean the difference in someone being a vegetable or not.
Besides, Wardley's manager Michael Ofo was also very happy after the win. He pointed out that it is always a pleasure to answer critics in the ring through strong performances. Before this fight, many people made harsh comments about their team, especially about Fabio, but now, after such a convincing victory, those critics have nothing left to say. Ofo moved on to say that he never considers outside opinions and always trusts in his fighters' skills. He underscored that hard work, focus, and faith in the team's plan are what truly define success, not the noise from the critics.
And Fabio showed that when Fabio was using his jab, he was all over Parker. You know, they said that Fabio couldn't out-jab Parker. I felt that Fabio out-jab Parker to me. Fabio's jabs to the body. You know, Fabio's timing was good. It was just a matter of time. I could see him setting things up. I could see the clocks turning. So he done really well. Really proud of him. And on to bigger and better things.
While we talk about Fabio Wardley's last fight against Joseph Parker, it was an intense and thrilling encounter that showcased his growth as a boxer. From the opening bell, Parker displayed his experience and composure, landing some clean shots and controlling the early round. However, Wardley remained calm, adjusted his strategy, and gradually took control of the bout. His sharp timing, powerful combinations, and intelligent movement began to break Parker's rhythm. As the fight progressed, Fabio's confidence grew and he capitalized on every opening with precision. Eventually, he delivered a stunning stoppage, securing a remarkable victory that proved his skill, determination, and rising dominance.
It's one of those things, eh? You box well and then you get caught, and I still felt fine after the fight was stopped, but I'm not the one in charge of letting the fight go on or stopping it, but hey, it's boxing.
Was Fabio better or tougher than what you expected or not?
Tougher, yeah. Tougher than what I expected, and again, credit to him for the performance he put on. I felt like it was going back and forth. I had some moments, he had some moments. I felt like I was controlling the fight, but again, he's got a big punch, you know? And what can I say?
In short, the boxing community is eagerly anticipating a potential clash between Fabio Wardley and Oleksandr Usyk. Fans always enjoy seeing great matchups in the sport, and many believe this fight would be a massive event. Following Fabio's impressive performances against major opponents, interest in a Wardley versus Usyk matchup has skyrocketed. Wardley's followers are certain that he will maintain his winning streak and earn another significant victory when the two clash in the ring. However, Usyk's followers are as confident in their championship champions greater talents, experience, and power. They believe Usyk's technical prowess and ring acumen will allow him to overcome Fabio's aggression, making this a thrilling and unpredictable fight for boxing fans around the world. In the end, we'd love to hear what you think. What are your thoughts on Fabio Wardley's impressive win against Joseph Parker? Do you believe it proved his readiness to take on the very best in the division? And if the Usyk versus Fabio fight actually happens, who do you predict will come out on top? Drop your predictions in the comments section below. We'd love to read your opinions. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support truly means a lot and motivates us to keep bringing you the latest updates from the boxing world.